Yo, what's going on, members? We're back again onto my YouTube channel. On today's video, we're going to be speaking about something super amazing. I like the fact that I walked with you guys alongside this trade when I posted the live session that I normally post Sunday or Monday, somewhere around 10. And then normally I like posting these live sessions that you guys know about. And we currently share USDMXN, and we took this trade and it eventually went in the anticipated direction, gave us possible scenarios, and it played out the way that we have anticipated. So I believe that most of you guys took advantage of this. If you didn't, there will always be an opportunity in the markets, as we are waiting for more opportunities currently to speak. But I just want to walk you guys alongside how I was able to maybe manage the trade, because at the end I ended up securing 5%, even though it wasn't supposed to be a 5%. It was supposed to be at least 9% or even 8%, because I spotted a different entry and I could have scaled in on that. But unfortunately, I'll just walk you guys on the reasons why I didn't take that entry and so on. And also I'll show you guys how I was able to manage the trade going forward and so on. But please do just make sure to like this video and also hit the subscribe button if you are obviously getting a lot of value from the videos that I share. And let us jump straight into it. So what I do have here is obviously my screen. You know, I like sharing my screen nowadays. So I want to show you guys on how I was able to secure this 5% now. But before doing that, one thing that I'm going to do first is that I want to show you guys how I was able to execute this trade at first, before, like, you know, jumping into the profits and everything. I want to show you guys how I was able to execute it, and then moving forward how I was able to just manage it going forward and so on. So I'll just give you guys a quick example of what I do have here. Okay, so what I have here is, I'm not sure if I can extend. Okay, let me just bring it over to this side. What I have here is my where I share the trades that I take with my members now. So it's my premium signal group. So you can simply see that this is how the trade was before we executed on this beautiful trade. You can simply see that actually I was supposed to catch this trade somewhere before somewhere around here, but I waited for the market to give me a clear breakout first before me just jumping into it right away. So obviously the market started just impulsing and then correcting, then impulsing, and then just after this beautiful impulse to the downside, it gave us this impulse candle and it rejected. So it was a sign for me that it's a perfect sell. So I took this sell obviously, and then my stop loss was somewhere around here, and then I just placed the sell stop, and then the market just it executed me, and then I was in this trade. So obviously my targets is all the way to the downside, on which my targets is actually 8%. I was looking to target 8%. Target is 8%. So let's just go a bit back. Okay. So basically what I'm trying to show you is that we took this trade somewhere around here. Yeah, okay, here it is. Let me just zoom in a bit. Somewhere around here, and then the target, the stop loss was here, and our target was all the way to the downside. And this actually happened. Like the market, I'm trying to show you this also to understand that the market is never perfect. Even though you know you are tagged in the trade and you've seen that it's a perfect sell setup and so on, doesn't really mean that it's gonna have to just go as soon as you place that entry. You can play around a bit, and you know it did play around a bit, but eventually it shot to the downside. It came, retraced, shot again, came back to retest, and now this time it fully went to the downside now. So let me just see where I started placing our, because I want to see where I started placing our management, because I remember I do have a video speaking about how to manage winning trades. So that's also a video that you can watch out. So right here you can see I sent out this signal to the group, so now and so on. So members were able to execute on that net. So it's exciting that members are actually able to get a hang of, like, to be involved in this trade. So I want to show you guys the very first management that we executed on this one, and I'll also get to show you guys NASDAQ. We took a trade on NASDAQ, and we also hit targets on NASDAQ too. So that was a beautiful trade. I'll show you guys on that too. But okay, here's the first management. Here we go. Can simply see that right here what I have is that entry that we took, sell stop, and the first impulsive move what I done is that we moved our stop loss to this specific level. So as soon as price started shooting downwards, we moved stop loss to break even. So even if it does go against us, it doesn't take us with zero, it actually takes us with something. So it did play out that way. Okay, what happened? It did play out that way, and moving forward, okay, so the very first stop loss was like somewhere around here. Let me put this too. Somewhere around here. Okay, so I understand also some people, once they started seeing profits, they took profits a bit too quick, on which normally it shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't be taking profits a bit too quick. But let's move down to the next management that we took. I'll also get to show you guys that too. Okay, because I do have multiple trades that we took here, so I don't want to be confused. Okay, here we go. I've got the second management one, so I'm taking it straight from the group. So I kept on updating members, move your stop loss USD. Also even NASDAQ, I was like, move NASDAQ stop loss to this because we're already in profits. But you can simply see here, after the first impulsive move, we experienced this small correction, and then the next I was like, move stop loss here. This was also a scaling opportunity for me. I could have scaled in on this trade and possibly increased my returns. But because of how the correction happened, it wasn't the normal correction that I normally have to wait for. So I let this one here slide. I'll also get to show you the second one that I actually took advantage of. But also guys, please just make sure to watch the video that I'm speaking about. The one that I actually dived a bit more deep into how I'm going to take this trade, because the previous, I think it's the previous video to this, I spoke but it's a Sunday video. I spoke about, I'll just put the link below on the description box so you get it a bit more quicker. I spoke on how it is that I want to capitalize on this beautiful trade, and what methods am I going to follow, what is it that I'm going to be looking for, how I'm going to scale in, and so on. So I want you guys to see or hear my thought process behind it, and then see how it is that I capitalize going forward. Okay, so after this, you can see what happened is that the market did push to the downside. Overall, we went home with 5%, but I'll show you guys just now. The market did push to the downside here, as you can see. After the next, here's where I wanted to scale in on this one here, but time wasn't on my side, because just by taking a look at it, this impulsive move, correction, impulse, this correction, I saw it as this was previous resistance, now it has turned into support. I mean, this is previous support, now it's turning into resistance, so I can take a sell on it. But before I could put my pending on the orders and send it to the group, to the members, what happened here, I think I passed out or something, because it was very late. It was like in the AM, so I slept, and when I woke up, the trade was already to the downside, so I messed out on this one here. That's why I say I would have turned my 5% into maybe a 9%, because this trade was going to give me close to a 4% with just the simple move, because of the stop loss being super limited. So at times, don't be worried if you missed a trade at the very first entry, because there'll always be an entry going forward. Okay, so that's here. We moved our stop loss to somewhere here, and let me just put this so we remember. We moved our stop loss to now here. Okay, we moved our stop loss to here. So price did continue to shoot to the downside. The market was moving in our direction. It looks super beautiful. Everything moved as we have anticipated, which is amazing about this pay. I like the fact that it played out the way that I actually wanted it to play out. So you can simply see on this specific one, after it shot to the downside, on this specific one, this is the way I could have got my entry. Stop loss is going to be here, shot to the downside. I moved my stop loss to here. So like what I was doing is that I was locking maximum profits. I don't want to make profits and then lose those profits, give it back to the markets. Normally we know that happens in the market. So even like speaking about the previous week, it wasn't really a good week trading for us. So I wanted to make sure that this week just one trade brings back all the losses that we experienced. As you can see, it's 5%. So 5% literally means that if I take 5 losses and this one trade played out this way, I'm at break even. So 5 losses against the one trade, it's not like I lost anything. So it's actually a good risk reward method. But let me just show you going forward. Okay, so after the year's price done this, okay, why did I move this? Price done this, shot all the way. After that, now I moved my stop loss to somewhere around these levels. Okay, I moved my stop loss to somewhere around these levels. So basically it's somewhere around, okay, let me just zoom this in a bit, somewhere around here. I moved my stop loss to somewhere, no, it's actually somewhere around here. Yeah, it's actually here. So this is where I moved my stop loss to. My stop loss was now here, but still the market kept on pushing downwards. I was asking myself, what's happening? Why is it playing out this way? Kept on just shooting downwards, and as you can see, it shot all the way to the downside, came a bit more to the upside to retest. And then once it did go to the downside, somewhere here I was making close to, let's see, I was making close to 6.4%. We were making close to 6.4%, because I take it you took this trade. We're making close to 6.4% on just this trade. But at the end, since I locked my profits right here, it eventually took us out because of these impulse candles right here. And I still believe that there's a lot of momentum going to the downside, because just by taking a look at this is one of the strategies that I also trade. Just by taking a look at this, you can simply see, okay, can simply see it's an impulsive move to the downside, and also just the first peak, second peak, double top formation, on which there will also be more momentum pushing to the downside. And this is also most likely to happen, more momentum pushing to the downside, on which there is let's say now if I were to place a trade, I would literally place it somewhere around here. Stop loss would be super limited right here, and my target would still be all the way to the downside, which is here. And you can see it's only 7.9%, which this was a longer move but it gave us 5%, but this is actually a short move giving us 7.9%. Also super, like, it can happen from the market can always give it. So I'll just wait to see what actually happens, and then if I can maybe get a scaling opportunity on it, and then I'll capitalize going forward. But this actually was one of the most amazing things. Let me show you guys NASDAQ on how it actually played out on NASDAQ. So let me just go back here. I won't take too long on NASDAQ. This, I just wanted to show you guys how I was able to manage slow by slow, and also for the members that are also in the premium group, because I understand that members that are also watching this are in my premium signals group. This is actually how we manage moving trades. So even if some trades we don't get to manage it, like let's say now for instance we're holding AUD CAD, the most important thing that we have to wait for is for the market to impulse away from our entry, just so we can be able to just break even or even lock some profits on it. Okay, so with NASDAQ, let me show you guys NASDAQ real quick. Okay, I think it's this one. Okay, let me just do this. I don't know why I have to minimize this section first, on which it takes too long. But yeah, NASDAQ, as you can see, we experienced this beautiful trend to the upside. I think it's this trade that we took. Yes, I saw this beautiful support resistance turning into support, and also this beautiful pattern, impulse pattern. And then obviously I'm looking for a buy setup here. So we targeted these areas, previous highs. So I was targeting, I think it's a 4% on just the trade. And eventually, yes, we have our buy stops and everything. It wasn't like a buy now. It's a buy stop, meaning that when it does get to that price, that's when we are going to be in the trade. And it did help us, because before it executed us, this trade shot to the downside and then it went up. That's when it activated us. So I'm moving forward. Let me just show you guys. Okay, can you see this one is also pushing a bit more to the downside? But let me just show you guys. Let's just move on to NAS right now, because I even spotted an entry today, so I just want to see how it's gonna play out. But this is how it played out eventually. Okay, no, this is the trade. This trade, okay, I actually took 2 trades here before, so I'm showing you guys like this one here. The one that I was showing you was this one, because it did activate us here. It went all the way to the upside, and then we locked in profits here. And then it came shut down. I was excited that we locked in profits, because if we didn't, then this was gonna take us out. Then price came here, obviously gave us a third touch. We saw a beautiful buy. I just let this one slide just so I can get the first impulsive move, and it did happen. This correction, after this correction, I took a buy, went all the way to the upside, hit targets all the way to 3.7. I'll show you guys also this one, and now we are holding this one. Even if it does go against us, even if it hits stop loss, I mean, like we profited here, and we also took some profits here. So that's also amazing. But let me show you guys how we went forward with this one, the very first one that I showed you, that buy stop that I just sent down. So you can simply see here we go. This is a trade. We took this buy somewhere here with the buy stop activated us, and as soon as it shot all the way to the upside, we moved our stop loss to break even. This was the best decision that we done, by locking profits. And obviously members also done that too, because I just sent to them to move stop loss to break even. Okay, as you can see right here. Okay, move NASDAQ to not break even, to into profits. NASDAQ here, and also USDMXN, I told them about it. So going forward, which trade was it? Let me show you guys on the next one that executed on NAS 100. So here it is. Okay, it's this one right here. I think it's a day later, not to be sure, but I think it's a day. I'll just check from my journal. But there's the trade that we took, this impulse, this correction, and then this impulse. I had my buy stop here, so price activated us all the way to the upside, 4% on just a single position. Stop loss was here, and you can see buy stop. It wasn't a normal buy now, it was a buy stop execution, buy stop here, and so on. So I shared it with the members, and it's actually this one. So you can see price went all the way to the upside. So someone would be thinking that it hit our stop loss, and then someone would be like, maybe it did hit their stop loss at first. But take a look at actually what happened. It's very we are very much it's like using the buy stop method or sell stop method. Stops method is very helpful. I'm glad that I learned it this way, because I wasn't active after I placed my buy stop was here. I wasn't super active on the charts after I placed my buy stop. So the market shot a bit to the downside. It played around here, and then it went up. So if I was very active, what I could have done is that I could have easily placed my buy stop here, so we get more profits. But since I wasn't active, the price just shot all the way to the upside, and this happened and came down, and then still continued to go all the way to the upside till it hit target. But it means that we are now in, because at the end of the day we got activated here, and price before it went down, it didn't activate us at first, which was amazing. Shot all the way to the upside, and it continued to shoot all the way more to the upside. At the time we would have already locked in profits and so on, which is amazing. But Now we just spotted this is today, this was yesterday, this section was yesterday, and the one that I'm showing you is just like now when I'm recording this video. So hopefully tomorrow I'll just see how it plays out, but my target is like close to what, 3.6, which is amazing because this just give us 3.7, 3.6. Even if it goes against us, what is 1% compared to 5% from USDMXN, also 3% from 3.7% from this trade, and also a few percentages from a section somewhere around here. What is that when you compare these two? So you have to understand always, like, when the market gives you risks, there'll always be rewards, but as long as your rewards are much more better compared to your risks. And also currently we're just holding this too, so I'll just see how this goes and plays out. But I just wanted to share with you guys the fact that with USDMXN we closed close to over 5%, and also with NASDAQ we closed over 3%. So we'll just see what it is that we can do moving forward with these trades that I just shown you now. It looks like it's going to be shooting all the way to the upside, but at the same time we'll just see. Like I said, it's the market that allows us to understand this. But if you're going through maybe a tough time, you're a person that I don't know, the trades that you're taking are not too profitable, or you are taking a lot of losses. So you're taking losses. When you make profits, you make small profits. Because I also understand that I'm dead sure that in the premium team there's members that can't really celebrate the way that others and I am celebrating. I'm sure that someone in the team closed profits a bit quicker, on which it's okay. I understand that we're not used to, like, when you come from not being consistent, you're not used to seeing profits. So when you see profits, you start to think that the market is going to go against you, so you want to close those profits as quick as possible. So I'm trying to avoid that from happening. So if you feel like the trades that you're taking are not profitable and so on, just focus on your strategy, focus on what it is that you can do in order to just make sure you stay disciplined to the strategy, because it has to play out in the long run, and it'll only take one trade or two trades or even three trades for you to bring back those losses and even be in profit. Because as I'm saying this, like, I was a bit worried last week, because I experienced a drawdown and I wasn't even reaching the monthly target and so on, so it was worrying me. But now with just this, I'm glad that we reached the monthly target, the percentages that I normally target somewhere around there and so on. So that's consistency. I also need you to be consistency, which is why I'm relaunching the Forex Chasers 2.0. I actually did relaunch it today. So all you can do is I'll put the link. The first thing that I'll do is put the link, and then you'll be able to just get instant access. I'm only taking a limited number of people, guys, because I understand that I do get to be a bit busy. So I also want to be able to give attention to the ones that do decide that they really do want the knowledge that we have, or the strategy that I'm sharing, the risk management strategy, the psychology side of it, the consistency, the key to consistency. So that's why I'm relaunching it to only a specific number of people. I can close it within a few days, I can close it within just a few weeks and so on, but you'll be super lucky to grab it if you are one of the dedicated few to grab it at first. But I would like to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm glad that you did get to see. And while saying this, NAS is actually shooting all the way to the upside. I just pray that it gives me an impulsive candle to the upside, just so I can move it to break even as quick as possible. Because the most important thing with with trading is moving your stop loss to break even. So that's one thing that I'm looking to do with NAS 100. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please do just make sure to hit the subscribe button, and also like this video, give this video a thumbs up, share it with friends and family, just so they can also get this valuable information that you are getting. Thank you. It's your boy Lesiba Mothupi.